and this sort of performance should be celebrated.
No rookie in Cup history has ever won 4 races.
Shane Van Gisbergen just made NASCAR history. What happened at Watkins Glen wasn't just another win, it was complete domination. The New Zealand native crossed the finish line 11.116 seconds ahead of Christopher Bell. That margin represents the second largest victory in Watkins Glen history, but the numbers tell an even bigger story. Van Gisbergen shattered the NASCAR Cup Series rookie wins record. 4 victories in his first season. He surpassed legends Jimmie Johnson and Tony Stewart, who previously held the record at 3 wins each, alongside Davey Allison. The 36-year-old Trackhouse Racing driver accomplished something else. He joined Chase Elliott and Jeff Gordon as the only drivers to win 4 consecutive Cup races on road or street courses. Elite company doesn't begin to describe it. It's the stuff you dream about, right? Van Gisbergen said after the race. I'm just a very lucky guy to get to drive for an amazing bunch of people and just execute. The day just went flawlessly and I really enjoyed it. Thank you, everyone. Race day started differently for Shane. Ryan Blaney grabbed the pole position, marking his first NASCAR Cup Series road course pole. Van Gisbergen qualified second. His previous 3 wins came from pole position at Mexico City, Chicago, and Sonoma. The race stretched 90 laps across the 2.45-mile Watkins Glen circuit. Van Gisbergen led 38 laps total, including the final 17. But the path to victory required patience. Blaney controlled the early stages. Van Gisbergen followed closely, waiting for his moment. That moment arrived on lap 25. Van Gisbergen seized the lead and settled into his rhythm. Good to get that one back, Shane said, referencing his second-place finish at Watkins Glen in 2024. What an awesome race. Coming back through the field after his final pit stop, I had a lot of fun. The car was just amazing again. Another win. Awesome. At stage 1, Chris Buescher claimed victory and collected 10 crucial points. Alex Bowman and Ryan Preece finished 2nd and 3rd. Van Gisbergen placed 8th after early pit strategy. Kyle Larson's day ended early. The 2-time Watkins Glen winner spun in turn 6 on lap 6. Brake issues plagued his number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. He finished last in the 39 car field, 15 laps down. In stage 2, Ryan Blaney stayed out and won the stage. Van Gisbergen pitted under green on lap 38 alongside Ross Chastain and Chase Briscoe. Drama erupted when Ty Gibbs spun John Hunter Nemechek late in the stage. The Gibbs incident sparked tension on the radio. Joe Gibbs' racing competition director Chris Gabehart told Gibbs to stay in the game after the wreck. Later, when Gibbs questioned strategy, Gabehart responded, "I'm sure you've got a real good understanding from inside the car, so you can call the strategy if you want, or we can keep rolling." In final stage, Van Gisbergen made his final pit stop with 27 laps remaining. He cycled back to the lead on lap 74. From there, complete domination. The race stayed clean with only 3 caution periods. Van Gisbergen built his lead methodically. By lap 87, he held a 9-second advantage. The final margin reached 11.116 seconds. Van Gisbergen now holds 5 victories in 38 career Cup Series starts. Among active drivers on road or street courses, only Chase Elliott, 7 wins, and Kyle Larson, 6 wins, have more victories. The speed to 5 wins matches legendary Dan Gurney. Gurney achieved his 5th Cup Series victory in his 13th start back in January 1968. Van Gisbergen reached the milestone in start number 38. Seth Eggert of Raceface Digital provided crucial context. Van Gisbergen became the first driver in the era of electronic timing and scoring to post multiple season victories with margins larger than 10 seconds. Tied with Denny Hamlin for the series lead in victories, Van Gisbergen holds the number 2 seed in the playoffs. He accumulated 22 playoff points, placing him 3rd among drivers heading into the postseason. This win carried special meaning. Van Gisbergen's father Robert attended his first race of the year. Health challenges kept Robert from traveling due to blood clots in his legs. Father and son hadn't seen each other since Christmas. "It's just amazing to have him here," Van Gisbergen said. It's been a very tough year for Dad, and he hasn't been able to travel, so to have him here for the next 3 weeks and share this with him, it's amazing. Van Gisbergen celebrated by kicking a rugby ball into the stands. The gesture marked a joyful reunion with his father, who will stay for the next 3 weeks of racing. Christopher Bell finished second, passing Chris Buescher on the final lap. Bell's perspective revealed the gap between Van Gisbergen and the field. "I'm thrilled because we've been struggling a little bit to find our rhythm," Bell said. "The cars have been good. Really awesome to have a good day, but frustrated to get our butts kicked by the 88 car doing such a great job. That team has really got it going on." Chris Buescher claimed third place. The 2024 Watkins Glen winner focused on stage points rather than pure race victory strategy. "Last year we didn't have to deal with the points side of things, so we brought a fast race car and made it happen," Buescher explained. "We had a really fast race car again. Just definitely took the opportunity to capitalize on some big stage points early." The top 10 finishers are Shane Van Gisbergen, number 88 Chevrolet; Christopher Bell, number 20 Toyota; Chris Buescher, number 17 Ford; William Byron, number 24 Chevrolet; and Chase Briscoe, number 19 Toyota. William Byron extended his regular season points lead to 42 points over teammate Chase Elliott. Byron's 4th place finish, combined with Elliott's 26th place result, marked the first time this season Elliott finished outside the top 20. The playoff picture shifted among winless drivers. Tyler Reddick maintains a 117-point cushion above the cut line. Alex Bowman sits 60 points clear. Chris Buescher holds the final playoff spot by 34 points over teammate Ryan Preece. Kyle Busch remains 102 points below the cutoff line. Trackhouse Racing announced Van Gisbergen's multi-year contract extension the same weekend. The timing proved perfect. Van Gisbergen's dominance validated the team's investment in their road course specialist. The victory also highlighted Trackhouse's overall strength. Daniel Suarez finished 7th while Ross Chastain claimed 10th. 3 Trackhouse cars in the top 10 demonstrated organizational depth. Van Gisbergen faces his biggest test in the playoffs. The first round features 3 oval tracks. His average finish on ovals sits at 26.9 this season. The 3-time Supercars champion built his career exclusively on road and street courses. "It ain't gonna be easy, that's for sure," Van Gisbergen admitted. "The first round has some very difficult left-handed tracks, but I'm getting better at it. I'm enjoying myself, and it's a challenge. But that's why we're here." The Charlotte Roval awaits in the second playoff round if Van Gisbergen advances. That road course could provide his best championship opportunity. Van Gisbergen became the winningest foreign-born driver in NASCAR history. The Auckland, New Zealand native brought international attention to the Cup Series through his remarkable rookie campaign. He joins Dan Gurney in scoring his first 5 career NASCAR Cup Series victories exclusively on road courses. Gurney achieved this feat during the 1960s when road courses appeared more frequently on the schedule. The 4 consecutive road course wins place Van Gisbergen alongside racing royalty. Chase Elliott accomplished the feat in 2020 during his championship season. Jeff Gordon, a NASCAR Hall of Famer, set the original standard.